Hello out there, my name is Laolu Akonde and you are on to Inside Sources. I'm still reporting from the United Nations and my take will be right back. And here is my take for today, entitled, Still on the Scourge of Corruption and One More Thing. Recently, the EFCC went to court to secure the final forfeiture of a suspicious $7 million that was deposited in the Providus Bank. It turns out that a whistleblower had alerted the EFCC of these suspicious deposits allegedly made by Ms. Achimugu. Achimugu had been connected previously by the EFCC in some corruption investigations. But the point here is that it took the EFCC, the whistleblower policy, to enable us as a nation to recover that $7 million whichever way we dice it, which means we have to bolster the whistleblower policy by ensuring that it is codified into law in a way that protects the whistleblowers. Now, that is very important because not only will that advance our anti-corruption strategy, but it will also be in line with the best global practices of fighting corruption anywhere in the world. So we commend Mr. Ola Olukayede for ensuring that the deposited money suspiciously has been finally forfeited, and at least it is now in the coffers of the Nigerian state. Who knows where the money is coming from? But as we are talking about that, there is also another serious corruption scandal allegation that is brewing. It is what Omoyele Sowore has published documents, real estate documents, U.S. real estate documents, that has pointed to the FCT minister, Mr. Nyesom Wike, in some way. Now, clearly, Mr. Wike has said that it is about his wife and his children, and that the proceeds for which the real estate purchases were made came out of the inheritance for his wife and his children. And he has said publicly that what is his business about the financial assets of his wife and his children? Now, how will be surprised if Mr. Wike himself, being a lawyer, doesn't know that the Nigerian laws require him to declare his own assets and those of his wife and his children. The question is, did Mr. Wike declare the assets of his wife and his children, either as governor or currently as minister? Now, that's the question that Mr. Wike needs to answer, and he needs to answer every other questions around these allegations that Omoyele Sowore, the activist, has put on the table. Mr. Wike needs to understand that he has to answer those questions clearly, and he has to answer those questions completely. That is the expectation of the court of public opinion. Being a public official appointed into a position of public trust, Mr. Wike, you need to answer all the questions and the allegations of corruption against you clearly and completely. The Nigeria that we are building is not going to tolerate any kind of moral ambiguity on the part of our political elites like it has been in the past. That is the way that you can rid yourself from what is clearly a set of allegations, a series of corruption allegations. If you want to have a future in Nigeria's politics, answer those questions clearly and completely. And one more thing, the coronation of the Olubadan, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, is a testament that ultimately good will prevail over evil. Now, we all remember that Oba Ladoja, who is now the Olubadan of Ibadan, the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan, who was coronated on Friday, was formerly the governor of Oyo State. He became governor in 2003 under the PDP government. But no sooner that he got into office that he had to deal with an illegal impeachment that was sponsored by the late Alhaji Adedibu with the support of President Olusegun Obasanjo. But Ladoja went to court, and the Supreme Court said the impeachment was illegal and brought him back into government. Now, that didn't stop his political persecution by the door of President Obasanjo and late Alhaji Lamidi Adedibu. But today, not only has Ladoja become the Olubadan of Ibadan, he has actually become a voice that can no longer be silenced. His good has prevailed over the evil that was thrown his way. And so, were you surprised that Obasanjo was not at the coronation on Friday? Why didn't he come? Your guess is as good as mine. And there you have it.